There really is no such thing as empty space.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. Fernando Johnson.
When Fernando Johnson won the Edith Baker Scholarship and Career Development Award, he knew that graduate school would be his next step. That step led him to experiment with his art in bold new ways.
Sculpture is very much about space and about an object existing in a space and how the two relate. And in this particular case, I was interested in maybe focusing on sort of more subtle aspects of the way we perceive space. A lot of the objects, or a lot of the works that I've made beforehand always included objects in conjunction with sound. And there was sort of a realization through a lot of that maybe those objects weren't necessary. By removing more of that visual element, you're sort of able to experience a space in a way that you may not realize that you do on a normal basis.
When most people go to an art gallery, they have some pretty clear expectations about what they're going to see. Sometimes you just have to leave your expectations at the door.
Just Past the Thing was the title of Fernando Johnson's MFA thesis exhibit. In it, Fernando sculpts using not clay or metal, but sound as his medium. With no visual objects to rest on, the viewer is drawn into an experience of listening.
So the title was sort of an idea of listening past something. The idea that most of the noises that you hear, most of the sounds that you hear in this installation are white noise or background noise. And I really like that idea of listening past what's in front of you to something that's in the background, something that's maybe defining a space a little bit better.
To achieve the effect he wanted, Fernando had to rely on a bit of science to supplement the art.
The walls were arranged in a way that would sort of reveal the space to the viewer pretty quickly, but at the same time allow for the viewer to navigate the space. The windows and the cabinets, every surface that I could attach an audio device to, I tried to.
It's a very different kind of art exhibit, but one that invites the viewer to think about what art is.
Art isn't always about an object or a painting, that it's more of an experience that you have in relation to an object or a work of art, that it's the way that it maybe makes you feel or the things that it makes you think about, and that relationship between object and person, the object is merely a conduit for getting a person to start thinking about those things or feeling those things.
Graduate school completed, Fernando is ready to take his next step.
I am definitely going to be doing more sound work. This installation has definitely generated new ideas for what I might be doing or progressions of this. But at the same time too, I'm still very much an object maker. And so I think building my studio practice, getting into shows, working within the community is sort of a wonderful next step. There really is no such thing as empty space.
This is Kathy Whiteman reporting.